Well, hello, vinyl community people. On a Thursday, it's Mike MGK Boston, and it appears Colton as well. Yeah, I don't normally do, well, sometimes I do videos on Thursdays. I do them whenever I want, I guess, right? Right, Colton? So, yeah, today I'm going to enter a contest for Chris over at Chris from Rekkid. Yeah, he says Rekkid like a Boston guy. It's Rekkid, he spells his channel. I will leave a link to Chris's contest launch in the description. And yeah, so we'll get on with this. So Chris is a man of numbers. So I remember commenting at one point, Colton sniffing my shirt for some reason. Yes, I've just come in from work, Colton. And so anyway, I'm in the exchange with Chris, and I think he said something to the effect that he may be a statistics professor, actually, all jokes aside. So he knows stats, right? Bet you he has a few spreadsheets just like Steve over at All the World's a Stage. So anyway, the contest is very simple, and it does revolve around numbers. And he wants us, today's a leap year, right? So it's February 29th, 2024. So anyway, he wants us to show 3 records from 3 leap years. I'm just reading the questions down here below my notes. So i.e. 3 years divisible by the number 4. So anyway, I can do that. So anyway, let's go. Yeah, got a live Joe Walsh album. It's simply called You Can't Argue with a Sick Mind. No arguing with that, right? And this one from 1976. Yeah, and there's a lot of good stuff on here. Great jam, A Rocky Mountain Way, Time Out, Meadows, one of my favorite Joe Walsh songs of all time. There's Joe right there on the back. So that's first in this 3 leap years. Where are we going next? We're going to go back to 1964. Little modern jazz quartet for you with Brazilian guitarist Laurindo Almeida. I'm a huge fan of Laurindo Almeida, and I also love the modern jazz quartet. So this is a perfect marriage of sounds and jazz. So you go on the back, right? So yeah, this is some good stuff on here. One Note Samba. Of course, that's an original by Antonio Carlos Jobim, as you can see there in the credit. That's probably a highlight on here for me. And Valeria is another excellent one on here. So from 1964, I give you Collaboration by the Modern Jazz Quartet with Laurindo Almeida on guitar. And third in this series of leap years, jumping forward to 1980, my decade, the 80s. Yes, the time of my life was had. And this is the first album actually with Midge Ure on vocals. It's called Vienna, as the title says. And this was after John Fox had left to go on to solo things. I prefer this era of Ultravox a lot more anyway. And of course, I have most of the Ultravox stuff, and I really like this debut. It's the Midge Ure debut, if you will, right? From 1980 right here. So yes, Ultravox. So then Chris threw in a couple of curveballs. That was pretty easy, right? So the curveballs were as follows. So he's got 2 curveballs. So the first one wasn't so tough, but the last one I'll get to was really brutal. Yeah, because I'm just dates and stuff. It's like, thank God for Google. So anyway, you get a bonus entry if you can show a song that was number 1 on any chart, Billboard, Rolling Stone, whatever, doesn't matter, on the date of February 29th. Well, I couldn't find a song, but I could find a record, and this had several hits. This is Come Fly With Me, February 29th, 1958, Sinatra's 14th studio album, and it began a 5-week run in the Billboard Top 200 album chart. So I couldn't find a song. So Chris, I don't know if this will get me a bonus, but what the hell, I'm going to throw it in. It's an album, right, that was showing on a chart on February 29th and the year 1958 right here. Come Fly With Me. Some other great ones besides the title track on here. Let's go to the Isle of Capri or maybe even Brazil. Sure be a hell of a lot warmer than New England today. The high today, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, Colton. Colton was inside though. He didn't make it out. So the last one was really tough. I'm reading it here. Get a bonus entry by showing a record that was released on February 29th. It had to be released on this date. So here I give you the 4th solo album from Robert Plant, and that's called Now and Zen. So kicks off with Heaven Knows. Tall Cool one. You know, I like a couple of Tall Cool ones on a Friday. A couple of 16-ounce PBRs, right? Colton, ow, biting. He doesn't like all these numbers. Anyway, yeah, it's 4th solo effort, I'll spit that out, from Robert Plant, released on this day, February 29th, 1988. Yes, wow, time flies when you're having fun. I was just finishing up my freshman year at university. Wow, I'm elderly. All right. Anyway, I'll leave a link, like I said, to Chris from Rekkid Talk, his channel, and you can go over there and enter his contest like I just did. A man of numbers. So anyway, thanks for putting on this contest, Chris. Maybe you'll get to 1 million subscribers like I just did. My push to 1 million, and Chris entered my contest too. So thank you for that, Chris. And that's why these contests are good. You help each other out, spread the love, spread the word of your channels. And yeah, so anyway, have a good Thursday, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you on the weekend.